Good morning, it's Nancy today. Can you even see me? I don't know. There you go. Okay, I am on my way where two recently found. I need to go to my denture place. Dentures, 5.7 kilometers. Okay, so they're going to remake my bottom dentures today. I'm in this beautiful hotel. This is the Hilton Garden Inn. My mom insisted that what did she say? I forget. I told you yesterday. It was pretty sweet of her. So I'm going to go and get my dentures done. And then I'm going to come back here and wait here until I have to go back and do my dentures again and get them taken care of. Heat on that windshield, put on my lights. I'm going the wrong way according to this. I don't know how to get out through that. So we're in South Carolina and it's 7 degrees Celsius. Oh, there you go again. Stick your feet in glue. Boaters World. Somehow that doesn't look right. My GPS tells me where it wants me to go back in these parking lots. These parking lots are, I want to save this place. Menu, tools, where am I? Save location. Hilton. Done. Okay. Now I can get back here. $7:23. They open at 8 o'clock, but when I got there at 5 to 8 last time, there were like a room full of people already there. So I was not seen at 8 o'clock. Au contraire, I like to be seen at 8 o'clock, then I can come back to my lovely room while I make my dentures. This is a pretty big road, my lord. I'm going after these two cars. Zoom. It's okay, I got your back. Now I gotta wait for all of these guys. I did not realize Anderson, South Carolina was such a booming spot. I certainly never realized that they had place for conferences and meetings. I wonder what is made here in Anderson. What is this place for anyway? Oh look, beautiful lake. 6 and 20 Creek. It looked very creek-like to me. It looks like a lake. Look, the trees are coming, the buds are coming, opening up. 45. What am I doing? A little higher. Speed limit is 72 and I'm doing 75. There we go, 72 kilometers per hour. Arts Center. I've been there. I have. took off from an ice storm. Or maybe he was killed by the mines. Skateland. You know, I used to go roller skating when I grew up. Roller skating was a big deal in my life. We had roller skates with a little key. There were metal things that attached to the bottom of your shoe. Like one little thing with the four wheels. It was all one thing. Like my teeth. Okay, enough heat. Here we are, awake again. I didn't get much sleep. I was very busy visiting with you guys on the phone, on the Gmail last night. I received 2 new phone numbers, but I'm almost out of minutes for the month, and I gotta make sure I got enough minutes to get myself home to Canada. Well, I gotta get to Georgia first. I'm still in South Carolina. I'm only an hour from my mom's. I heard metal on metal with my brakes the other day at home, so I'm trying very hard not to use my brakes, and if I do use them, I use them a bit, and then I pump them, and then I use them a bit again, and so they don't grind. I don't want to have to get new routers. Rotors. I don't want to have to grind down the rotors. Best Buy. I went into Staples yesterday. I was curious about writing pads. You know, writing your journal with pen and paper makes you more creative than using a keyboard. It's also more inspiring for your mind because you have so much function that has to be done with your fingers. That's right, and that's the truth. 1.8 clicks. So, it's nice to have you on a tripod so you don't have to be a handheld device. Being a handheld device is probably not as fun as it sounds. What do you think of being a handheld device? We've discussed this before. Anyway, I went to Staples, and they cost quite a piece. They're $199 for this flat mat, and you just write on the mat. You don't get to see your letters at all. And there's another one that's $199 too. And you have to have your laptop along with you when you do that. There's another one which is also $199, go figure. Now, this was at Staples, and Staples is always more expensive than Best Buy. And they have a pen, and the pen writes with ink. You have to use a certain kind of paper, their paper. But you can it writes with ink, and you can upload it to your computer afterwards. See, I journal an awful lot, and it would be nice if I could journal just writing and then upload it. That would be so cool, because I really like to journal. Okay, here we're coming closer. We're on Main Street. Do you know that McDonald's has free Wi-Fi now? That is pretty amazing. All the McDonald's everywhere have free Wi-Fi? Wow, well, obviously I'm going to go to McDonald's. I'll sit in McDonald's. Oh, look, here it is. Affordable dentures. Same day service, full set, $3.80. Look at that. And now I'm first. Ah, well, that's better. It's 7:31. I'll just park right here in the front. It's nice to be first, don't you find? There was Frank Sinatra's daughter, Nancy Sinatra, made a record once, and it was I don't know, it was like, a lot of it was about things like boys can have dolls, and why can't I have a doll because I'm a boy. It was one of those anti whatever that's called, where boys have to be boys and girls have to be girls. And the girl that wanted some tools. Anyway, now I forget why I wanted to tell you that. Oh, first, she told a story. She told a story about this little girl who always wanted to be first. I'm first. I'll be first. Can I go first? I think she was quite snobby. She was stuck up. I'm going first. I will be first. And so everywhere she went, in her school, she always had to be first. And of course it was very annoying for everybody else, but that's the way she was. And then she was in the jungle. Like, hello, how did they just end up in the jungle? But that's not the point. She was in the jungle with her friends, and they were captured by a group of lions. And the lions were going around pinching all the children. Oh, this is a nice juice plumpy one. Oh, this one, smell how good this one is. And the little girl, of course, she still wanted to be the best and the first. And so they were boiling a big pot of water, big enough to boil children. It's like the kind of pots that grandmas used to use to make soap. I call them pots big enough to boil children. I know we don't boil children. I'm not advocating the boiling of children. No. It's just the size of the pot. But anyway, these lions, they did advocate boiling children. So they were boiling the pot, and they said, well, we're going to have dinner. And it's going to be very good. And which one of you will go in first? And the little girl who had to be first at everything raised her hand. I'm first. I want to be first. I want to be first. And so she was. And mighty tasty, too. That is the story. You heard it here last. It was a record. I'm pretty sure it was Nancy Sinatra. But it might not have been. It was a girl. It was a woman. But look it up. Google it. I want to be first. And so she was. And mighty tasty, too. And the moral of that story is... Now, what's the moral of that story? Can you tell me? Think. What could be the moral of the story? I'm not going to tell you. If you can't figure it out, you just have to wait. You just have to work on it. Okay, so here I am. Early. But that's good. This is good. Because then I get to go back to my hotel room. I'm going to go swimming again. See, if you pay $125 for a room, that's like 2 nights somewhere. So if you pay that much, you gotta get out of it like 2 nights worth. So I stayed up most of the night appreciating the beauty of the room, looking across at those white comforters. I used the pool. The pool was open until 10, and I felt like I should stay in the pool until 10, even though it was 7:30 when I got there. But I couldn't. By 8:15, I was done. The whirlpool was too cold too, so I didn't get to go in the whirlpool. Now that's fun when you go in the whirlpool. I like that. That's my kind of thing. I like going in a whirlpool in the river. Like you let the river beat upon you. Beats upon your back. You just get yourself into a place in the rapids and you wedge yourself between the rocks so that the water can't move you, and you angle yourself so that the water is beating on you. Beat, 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 beat. And you hold your arms out and it's beating on your arms. Anyway, look, another person is arriving. She's a handicapped person with a handicap parking thing. She's coming by herself. Looks like she has denture needs. So, here we go. Of course, I have to be first. So I can't just sit here. You know, I have to rush up there and get in front of the line. But it's dark in there. Nobody's here yet. Anyway. Why would they come that early? You know, I noticed when this camera is pointing at me, I can see this big, long neck. There's not room enough to put all the neck up here. And of course, I know I have jowls. Jowls are normal. When you age, that's what people get those facial things for, is to take away their jowls. I've noticed that really skinny people don't have jowls. But that will never affect me. I will never be skinny. Not until I'm old and I get really sick, and then I'll get skinny. And that will save me a whole lot of dieting. I get to eat it all now. And later it'll all fall away. As long as I feel good, and I feel great. I've been doing my exercises. I've been pulling my stomach in. I figure that my back is bad because my stomach has no muscles. So I've been pulling them in. And it makes me sit up straight too, because I have to sit up straight to keep my back right. This is probably getting long. Do you feel that this is getting long? So we just sit here while Nancy talks and talks and talks. Look at that. I'm supposed to get my car oil changed at 419-223, and it is at, just a moment, I have to turn my car on again so I can tell you. It's 419090. I am almost in time. Oh, here comes another person. It's almost time. I gotta get out of here. Get in line. Be first.